I think most people would be surprised by who uses a pantry like Mother Hubbard's Cupboard. All sorts of people are coming into the pantry for a variety of reasons.
It's welcoming to everyone, no matter what your circumstances, why you feel like you are food insecure for whatever reason.
A lot of people, when they hear the word food pantry, they see like cafeteria style or maybe just packaging up a lot of different foods. If they walk in, they can see it's not set up like a regular food pantry. They're like, oh, this is just like a grocery store.
We've got, a binder with them of papers, what do you need? And we're like, nothing, just sign your name here and here's some bags and go pick out what appeals to you from what we have. That's not something that evolved over time, that was there from the beginning.
It was started by two moms who needed food assistance themselves, and they set it up in a way that made sense for people who were in need.
We don't just make decisions as a staff and then implement them. We get feedback on everything that we do, and we like to hear from patrons and volunteers and interns and staff members.
I also had this idea that, they're growing fresh food to put into the food pantry. It's become really clear that it's much more of a teaching space and of a community space. And I just remember being really impressed with that when I kind of realized it. It's about connecting with people in the garden, doing something pleasurable outside, and having that experience of being connected to your food and where it comes from.
One of our main goals here is just building a community, and whether it's the littlest things of swapping a recipe or whether it's somebody sitting and talking for 20 minutes listening to what's happening in their life.
One thing that makes me really proud to be a part of the Hub is that we're learning more and more that there's a correlation between loneliness and poverty. And so often when people are experiencing poverty or food insecurity, they lack a social network. And that is something that we address here at Mother Hubbard's Cupboard.
I meet a lot of different people, that's why I like working here.
I really enjoy all the different workshops that they have here and the hands-on aspect of it.
Not only is it helping us in our knowledge, but when we feel better.
And there's always somebody here to help, show somebody around to talk about how to harvest.
One of the neatest things they have here is the tool share. You can come here and get the tools for a couple of weeks at no charge and go home and do your own gardening.
And we come to the feast that they have. They cook for hours. They cook all day, and they make this big, beautiful feast, very colorful. And I think it's good for my granddaughter because she kind of gets to see that. It teaches us a lot.
There are lots of opportunities to volunteer at Mother Hubbard's Cupboard.
I love that I can just come here and spend time with kids and cooking.
What do you like most about it?
Eating the food.
They kind of make you kind of feel like you give back because you come and help. And it makes you feel like you're giving back, and so you're kind of balancing out, and it doesn't feel like charity or anything like that.
We're really actively working to shift from a charity-focused model to one that's looking at the problem of hunger through the lens of social justice. And when we do that, it really shifts the way we think about solutions to these problems. So when we think about the idea of hunger and access to healthy food, and we think about it in not terms of who deserves access to healthy food, but instead in terms that everyone deserves access to healthy food, that access to food is a basic human right, it really changes our approach. It changes the solutions that we spend our energy on. And I think that's really evident in the programs at Mother Hubbard's Cupboard.